Welcome to another episode of Pull Up 3. This is the 10th episode, which is very fucking crazy. Um, my name is Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
Um, Today, as always, we'll talk about, a million and one things, go off on tangents, things of that nature. First, I want to say congratulations to Jamae for Caitlin Clark declaring for the draft officially. I know Indiana Fever fans were sweating. You weren't personally because you were fine with Rickea Jackson, but the city, Lord knows, they was hurt. People were gonna say really nasty things about what's her name, Linda,
Yeah.
if Caitlin Clark did not declare. So congratulations to y'all. Y'all have someone who is willing to pass Leah Boston the ball. Um, Someone who will boost up the economy. Someone to do photo shoots with Tyrese Halliburton. Um, Things of that nature. So, how do you feel?
Honestly, you know, I already said that we could not lose. Like there was no way we could take an L this year. Um and there was no way we could take an L. So I I am excited though. I'm glad she's coming out. Obviously the Fever are like fully behind her. Um she's already gotten so many potential endorsements, and so it's gonna be good. Yeah, and the Fever have like started to like every fucking day they're like, oh, buy season tickets. I'm like, bitch, y'all need to get the seating arrangements in order for the niggas who already paid. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Um, but no, I think it'll be super exciting and super fun. So I'm excited to watch her this summer.
Also, with that, uh, a consequence that I've seen as far as hella people flocking and Caitlin Clark coming to the WNBA is ticket prices for certain things have gone up astronomically for certain events. And I would just like to let people know ticket prices going up. It's not always a good thing. And sure, we want these players to have more money. We want these events to garner more wages because more money for them, more likely more money for players and all this other stuff. But like certain things get to a point where you are because America, as we know, the American kind of economy is terrible anyway. Um, but like you start phasing out people who are there for the love of the game, and then people start going there for the spectacle and not because they actually enjoy it, just like it's a thing. And that is the one thing I don't want to happen with the WNBA. I want people who seen this little baby through, helped to grow the game the way it's supposed to, been fans for the longest. Like I want them to be able to, enjoy the games how they are meant to. But like I don't want this to be a thing where niggas are like, oh, we can just go for like a workouting because I just want to just see. And you start phasing out people. Like how the Warriors would move from Oakland and now it's like they don't cheer as loud as they used to. Like it's just like you start seeing things because the real people who wanted to go there for the love of the game start getting outpriced. So ticket prices increasing. It's not always a good thing. I know it looks good on paper, but y'all also be in people pockets you're not supposed to. So
I think the bad thing about it is like, for one, like Indiana's a small market. Bitch, I'm not paying $200 to see Kane Clark. I'm so sorry. Because at the end of the day, them niggas probably still gonna lose. I paid $200 to watch these bitches lose. Yeah, it's they're gonna have to run me my money back. I and I and I feel I mean, I feel like I'm not saying the hype's gonna die down. Like I'm sure people like are for sure buying tickets and people are gonna come out. But too, like the reality of the situation is like maybe the Fever do get better, but how much better are we actually gonna get, right? Like this year we ended the season a 10 seed or 9 seed. we missed the playoffs, which we expected to do. And so next year I think we can make the playoffs, but that's still like there will still be so many games lost, and I don't think people are fully prepared for that, because Caitlin Clark isn't going to be able to will her way to a win. Like, as much as she want to, just the level of competition and just the way we've played, it's just our personnel. Like, I don't think this is enough to like that Caitlin Clark is gonna be able to just say, yeah, I'm gonna get out there and we're gonna win. So and I don't know if people are really prepared for that too. Like, especially with the expectation that people have on her, like they think she's gonna come in and be an MVP. Like, it's probably gonna be hard for her. And it should be hard. Like, she's moving on from a collegiate level to a professional level. So it should be hard. There should be a transition period. We should not expect her to drop, 30 and 10 every night. Like, it shouldn't be an expectation, but I don't know if people are prepared for that to happen and for the Fever to go through growing pains. And I'm really curious as how that is going to ultimately affect ticket prices and like what also ticket prices and just like people showing up in general. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the summer.
Yeah, there's nothing more fun as a fan than your team having the number one pick in the draft. But you also got to remember how you got there. So um, that one pick is not going to course correct, change um the the direction of the franchise from day one. Obviously, with the Fever having this core of young players that can grow together and develop together, that team could legitimately be a problem going forward. But there's no way to it would be very impressive for them to make that kind of leap from day one. So I think fans probably will have to, well, not fans. The fans who watch the games know probably how the season's gonna start out. But I think some expectations are gonna have to be tempered. Things might not um start off the way that you expected. But
And
yeah.
you know what? To that point, I think I'm gonna be humble quick. Like, our first game is against Connecticut. And then, and then like our first game is Connecticut, and then I think we got 2 games in New York. And of course, fucking Stewie, she always want to play her best basketball against the fucking Fever. I don't know what her problem is. She's not gonna be on that shit this year. I'm not playing with her. And then after that, I think we play Seattle twice. Like, the first like 10 games, we're probably gonna get cooked. Like, we gonna be fucking cooked in the first 10 games. Like, so I don't know. They need to be prepared because it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna
And
be pretty.
them New York games are gonna be funny because it's gonna be her versus Sabrina, and I'll be saying white on white crime. No matter which way it goes, I can't lose. Because I'll be saying something about somebody. Um, but yeah, and then so their first games are Connecticut, New York, Connecticut, Seattle, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chicago, and then New York. So it's like Los Angeles, you're playing Los Angeles twice, which is you're playing Los Angeles twice and Chicago once, which is the easiest teams. But you're starting off the season playing the Aces once, Connecticut twice, New York 3 times. Like, that's a very nasty beginning schedule.
And I don't know who put that shit together. And I think most of them on the road, because I swear the Fever have this nasty stretch at the end of like straight home games. I'm like, guys, where's the like
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
gonna be like 5 times this week. Like, can we spread this out a little?
y'all have a six game homestand from September the 4th through September the 15th, where y'all play Los Angeles, Minnesota, Atlanta, Vegas twice, and Dallas at home. And then y'all end the season playing Washington at Washington. But y'all play Connecticut at Connecticut, New York at home, New York at New York, Connecticut at home, Seattle at Seattle, Los Angeles at Los Angeles, Las Vegas at Las Vegas, and then Los Angeles, Seattle, and Chicago at home. So it's like it's a lot of carrying on. It's a lot of carrying on. Just to put this in perspective again, you know, we believe Caitlin Clark will be amazing. It's just we just also know the talent that is in this league already. But just to put this in perspective for everyone who is kind of getting into this more so than anything, Wembanyama is the greatest prospect I've seen with my own 2 eyes. And that nigga puts up stat lines I ain't seen in a long time every day. And the Spurs fucking stink.
No, no. I was honestly thinking about that because obviously, I'm a Wemby believer as well. But I was like, the Spurs are like 6 and like 15. Like this I'm like, oh my God. And obviously I get a lot of Wendy propaganda, right? Because I'm like, I love him. But every time I go look at their record, I'm like, are they okay? Like, what they doing over there? Yeah, so
The Spurs are 13 and 49. They have a .21 win percentage. They
no,
are
but good news is the Fever. I mean, WNBA is a much smaller league. So we have, more opportunities to win. But again, that starting season, like Connecticut last year semifinalists, New York, they went to the finals. The Aces, back-to-back champs. Seattle just got Skylar Diggins-Smith and Nneka Ogwumike, former MVP and leading scorer. Skylar was the leading scorer, 2 years ago? While pregnant, mind you. While pregnant. So they're about to cook us. We could beat the Sparks though. We if we don't beat the Sparks, I will be going down there. I will be going to the bench because somebody will have to explain something to me.
It's, the funny thing about the Sparks is like the Sparks, Chicago, and Washington are really just gonna be playing like spoil ball, where it's like, damn, we ain't really got nothing to lose, so we might as well just hoop and like, because everybody know we bad, so either you gonna be pissed off or this is gonna be smooth, but we might just try to make sure you pissed off. So yeah, but you're right. It is only 12 teams, so it is a smaller concentration. But that also means like the talent is so much more packed in. So yeah, it's like I said, Caitlin Clark is amazing. The Fever has some pieces that can really get them some wins and they can improve. And we've already talked about how we've seen them making the playoffs. But please just temper your expectations for the for yourself and for the mental health of Clark, because Lord knows Kelsey Plum was talking about the same thing. Like she came in and they expected her to do all this stuff and she didn't do it, and she was really like, "What the fuck going on?" Because they put all these expectations on her, and then it took her a really long time to settle in. So, got to get it together. Um, let's see. Oh, shout out to Kathy, because if she gets this Toronto expansion team together the same way or at the same time as this Golden State expansion team, I may rescind. No, I can't rescind on mine. Never mind. She doesn't deserve me to rescind all of it. But I will have to make amends for most of it because she really pulled a half court heave, and I don't know where this information came from. I thought we were gonna start the 2015 season with 13 teams, and I was gonna be really ugly. But if she pulled this off, girl, you something.
I believe in Kathy. I believe in Kathy. I already said in 2025 we're gonna have it's gonna be 14. It's gonna be balanced. I believe in her. You know, she had me in the first half. I'm not gonna speak too much because she might have me again in the first half. But I believe in her for right now.
When we say it's always a man, Kathy is included.
Oh
Sometimes
no, you know what though? For these expansion teams, it won't even Kathy fault because Kathy did the right thing. Because what Portland was trying to put them girls. Portland was trying to put them girls in a damn facility that was gonna have to renovate in like 2 years. So then they was gonna be in like some random ass gym for like 2 seasons. Like, don't come up in here with that. So
Yeah,
so
and
I'm on your side.
something happened with Denver too. Trying to remember what something about the venue that the team was gonna be playing at.
yeah,
Yeah, I think they were supposed to play at a university, and Kathy was
Yeah,
like, "Wait a
yeah,
minute."
because I think the Nuggets arena something happened or something fell through.
yeah.
But yeah, Toronto, we saw the reception to the Toronto preseason game. Um, we saw how that Toronto is a huge basketball market specifically. So there's clearly um demand, which is how you get to um bringing ownership groups together to say, okay, so how do we get a team here? Because there's clearly a market for that in Toronto. There's plenty of Toronto natives that are Raptors fans that are like, man, I'm trying to get into the W. I just wish we had a team up here because it's kind of hard to be drawn to a team that's farther away. So Toronto getting a team, I think will do a lot.
It's funny because them niggas will really support anything. Like they used to show out when the Raptors stunk. Them niggas just show the hell out. Like
Don't
it
they
did
stink
not.
now?
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah, yeah. And maybe, but like, I mean, they show out now. But like before, bro, and DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry was in there. Bro, it used to be they used to legitimately have one of the loudest arenas. And it's crazy. They showed out for that preseason game because Kathy ain't even sent our best work over there. She sent us to the Chicago Sky and the Minnesota Lynx. She said mid and mid, and Toronto said this is gas. I them niggas will take anything. Them niggas will take anything. I
And this expansion draft is gonna be crazy. I know the GMs is looking at their roster. They're gonna be watching the season real intently, saying, "All right, who's the six?"
someone's someone's feelings are gonna be hurt. And I tell you right now, because someone's gonna be like, oh, I'm probably gonna be the 56th person to be protected, and they're gonna find out they not. Mm, mm-mm. It's gonna
Get
get
ready to
nasty.
learn poutine, buddy.
It's gonna be crazy when when Alicia Clark and Candace Parker retire, so then they get to keep their bench.
It's gonna
Gonna be
piss me.
nasty.
It's gonna be.
The Aces will always find a way. They will always find a way.
It's gonna piss me off seeing Drake at that game. He gonna be courtside like he know what's going on, and it's gonna piss me off. They gonna interview him, and they gonna ask him about a player, and he gonna be like, I just gonna shrug his shoulders, and it's gonna piss me off. What we think if they do a Toronto team? I couldn't find no articles on like potential names, but what do we think a Toronto WNBA team would be named?
Don't they have? Is it their hockey team the name the Maple Leafs? Did I make
Yeah,
that up?
yeah, they're the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, is it gonna be dinosaur themed, or are they just gonna do something out of?
Nah, I feel like
I don't think it should be dinosaur themed. It'd be cool. I mean, if it was the Raptors, like if it was their ownership group, I would think that'd be kind of cool, so, like to kind of keep them connected. But I don't know. I don't know my Toronto history.
I gotta see what Toronto is known for.
If you're Canadian, please give us some ideas. Because
Please, because we need it. They need it too. And also on top of that, that's my only holdup for a Toronto team is if we go into 2025 and we don't have private flights, I'm gonna be mad because don't nobody want to take no chartered flight to fucking Toronto. So Kathy better tell these owners to open their fucking pockets.
Well,
If Taylor Swift can take a plane to the gas station and to go get some chips and go back to the crib, I know I know somebody else can go ahead and get them a private flight. Because can you imagine take the Los Angeles Sparks having to go to Toronto and having to take a regular ass plane? Mm-mm. It can't be like this.
I honestly though, like they are like the opting out is fall of this year, and I am like 90% sure they're gonna opt out. Like Stewie already in their little documentary, Stewie was like, I kid you not, everything that people were mentioning that the WNBA players should have, Stewie was like, yep, yep, yep. She says charter flights, yeah. Pensions, write that down. Like,
These niggas don't have pensions?
no, because they had Cheryl Swoops in there, and she was talking to she was just talking about how like she played in the league and like they kind of forget about you. Like you stop playing, that's just it. And she was like, that was something she mentioned to um like the board or whatever, just like think about what you're gonna do after this. You can't play basketball forever.
I didn't know they
And
had pensions. That's why Angel McContry was doing the Star Spangled Banner. She ain't had no choice. They were trying to get her to sell records. She had no choice. She
yeah,
was trying to get a
so
record deal.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I know them meetings are gonna be crazy. And I can honestly see a lockout, which, is gonna suck, but I'd also be fine with because these ladies deserve. Um, so I do hope they get everything that they should get.
I ain't gonna
Uh,
lie, I kind of think they don't have a choice. Like, I mean, obviously they have a choice, but like I feel like at the rate at which like things are moving and like I guess I just don't see the argument against it. Like we've seen too many games where like women's basketball or college basketball is like outpacing men's college basketball and reaching 1 million viewers like easily. So I just don't really see how like they could be like, oh well, actually you guys aren't doing enough. Like, buddy, the numbers say we are. If you put us on TV, people come and watch. So I don't know. So it'll be interesting if what happens.
I'm trying
yeah, people
to.
like people always say like um with the W they say fans get they get drawn in to teams and they say oh yeah the W doesn't have that. It's just like one the more available these games become, the more people will start to get attached to a team. And that's the first step. Like it comes after because you see the more opportunity that's given, the league continues to take advantage of it because the more people see the product, like how good this basketball is, like that's gonna draw people.
They put games on TV this year and people watched. Look how maths. You make the games available and people look at it. Crazy how that works. I don't know what took so long to figure it out. I'm trying to look at I know we're about to discuss the NCAA collegiate awards that we have so far, and I'm trying to find like a list of them, and nothing is telling me anything. So if y'all want to look for that for me and send it to me so I can share my screen, um, I would appreciate
You
that.
can if you pull up Twitter, I can send you all the things. I feel like they might be in the DMs. Let me look first.
In the meantime, I did just see something, and I think y'all would enjoy this. Wake Forest beat Virginia in the ACC tournament.
Are you serious?
I looked on
You
Instagram. I looked on Instagram, and that bitch said Deeks win. Demon Deacons win. That
I love
58,
March, man. I love
58 to
March.
55.
So you get you a team that ain't got nothing to lose. Say, I'm coming in here to ruin your night. I want to ruin your season. Come on.
Bruh, Wake Forest, bro, Wake
Wake
Forest
Forest
is
ain't
like
won nothing, but
2-17 on the conference. And
yep.
UVA literally just upset fucking Virginia Tech, and they got the nerve to lose to Wake Forest.
7-24.
Wake Forest 3-17 today.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. What the fuck? I ain't seen a tweet about it yet. That is nuts. I can't believe they did that. Shout out Wake Forest, man. Nobody believed in you. Like, not a soul.
Including me.
I can't even fake the funk. I seen them play in person, and I ain't believe. Every time I watched them play, it bothered me. So I'm glad to see. Glad to see. They had beautiful gowns, but I was like, I don't know. Nah, in all honesty, I think we talked about this before. But the thing that all bothered me about Wake is that they guarded everyone very well. It's just like their offense looked like shit. So I'm like, why do your offense look like this? But I think
It's because of Jules Beard.
yeah, right. That's exactly
He was the whole offense.
that's exactly what that older lady that I met at the game told me. She was like, "Yeah, we used to have a lady that played here, and she was our thing, and now she's not our thing. So offense looks bad." But yeah, I guess they decided to do something. I guess they figured it out very, very late in the season. Boston College beat Clemson, Wake Forest beat Virginia, and Georgia Tech beat Pittsburgh. And then
Georgia Tech. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Outside of the ACC, I'm sure we all seen that Colorado beat the brakes off of Oregon.
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, how did Oregon get here? Like
let's talk about Oregon. No, because Kelly Graves, you will be fired. Your demise is here.
Added to the list. Added to the list of coaches. Jermaine spraying on their downfall.
I'm not even really paying on Kelly downfall. I'm actually very grateful to him because he was so ass. Ina Powell decided to go to South Carolina, and that is my biggest blessing. That's my biggest blessing. So I can't even really be mad at the brother. I can't be mad at him. His loss, personally. But Chalet. He be having the girl being there. I can't pronounce her name. I think I ain't even gonna try. But she be hooping. And every time I look at her stats, I'm like, my sister, I just need you to leave. I need you to pack your bags and go somewhere else. Because there's no reason why you should have to deal with this.
I'm kind of mad that they don't just have it so I can look at like every award in like the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC, all that. Like I have to look at this individual.
Well, they are all different conferences.
But It's like,
he's like, I need the whole Power Five.
yeah,
And one.
I need somebody to put up all them little babies. But it's okay. Because I appreciate you sending me this because now I know. Yeah.
I think I know most of them, but I know you say you wanted to show them the screen, so I'm gonna just send you all the links. I thought that now why did the ACC do this like this? I don't know, child, but
hold on. I got ACC, I got Big Ten, I got SEC. What's some other two?
the Big
Pac-12.
12, Pac-12,
Okay.
and the Big 12 is a thing too.
Yeah, Big 12.
So it's a Big Ten and a Big 12?
Yeah.
Yes, but the numbers don't match no more. They're not gonna
No,
match.
because
No,
it is
when they
the Big Ten is not 10 teams. So they
like
should
Gotcha.
have it like yeah, they should have it listed out at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm about to say. Okay. So we got co-player of the years, Skylar Vaughn at Madison Booker. Did I say that right? Is it Vaughn? Is it Van?
man,
I think it's
Van.
Van. Yeah.
My apologies, Miss Skylar. Freshman of the year, Madison Booker is really good. Um, the Big 12, which may no longer be 12, is I know they're going to hate her for a very long time.
no, because Texas is going to the SEC next year.
Oh dear God, I forgot about this.
So good luck to them girls.
Curse you, college football.
Mm-mm-mm.
Y'all are ruining the beautiful game that I love. Defensive player of the year is JJ.
Winnerly.
Newcomer of the year, Peyton. Is it
Verhost.
Burst? Okay.
Yeah,
See, thank
Verhost.
you. So what I have y'all for. Sixth player of the year, Deanna Gaston. Coach of the year, not trying it.
Yeah, not sorry, Jenny. Sorry.
Miss Jenny. Congratulations. Um, as far as any of the awards, do y'all have any like surprises or anything that somebody y'all feel like should have been on there that's not on there, or vice versa?
Um,
Um,
Go ahead, Jay.
okay, because I don't have much. I just want to say, the fact that Madison Booker is also nominated for the Cheryl Miller Award for best small forward in the country as a freshman is nuts. Like she, she's had an amazing season, and I know that Texas, had some problems with injuries, but she's really been able to step it up for them and to like make sure that the season wasn't completely lost with them. So that at least gives Texas fans something to fall back on. So just wanted to give her some more credit.
Yeah, I love Madison Booker's game. And I'm not shocked by her Player of the Year or Freshman of the Year award. Pretty much as soon as Roy Harmon went out, I was like, yeah, she's gonna have to do everything. And for Texas to kind of maintain their position, or at least be a what are they like, maybe third or top half team, like I have to give them a lot of credit. So I'm really proud of her game. I just really love what she does. Um, Shout out to JJ Quitterly from West Virginia. She's been hooping, and she's from Virginia, so I love her. Um, and then the first team, Audie Crooks. Honestly, I really wanted Audie Crooks to get Freshman of the Year, but because Madison Booker is also a freshman and she won Player of the Year, it would be kind of silly to
Yeah.
not give her Freshman of the Year. So she kind of had to get both. Um, And I'm gonna let her cook. I'm gonna let her cook. She did deserve it. But Audie Crooks, oh wow, like she's another freshman that I feel like has like learned in real time. Just like the kind of the leaps we've seen her take this season are just she's a real trench baby, bro. It's just it's yeah. I can't say enough about her at Iowa State. Like Iowa State's gonna like they're already pretty good and their main five are freshmen. So
It looks like
it's
it's
gonna be
a.
exciting. You
So
said what?
how many freshmen is on this Big 12 first team? It's Audie,
Samaya
Samaya, Madison,
Madison. I think everybody else
Quinterly.
Now Quinterly is
is not a freshman.
not a freshman.
Oh, my bad.
I
Yeah.
think they're the only three. Yeah, I think they're the only three. I think Lauren is a senior, Tayana is a senior, Ayoka is a senior, Serena is a junior. Um, JJ, I think, is a junior. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this too. I was not a believer of Oklahoma. Okay, about halfway through conference, I was like, Oklahoma fucking stinks. Okay, and um, they just stink, and I have nothing for them. And then they came back around to win the Big 12. And so at this point I need to say I'm sorry and give them their flowers because very clearly Jenny deserved them because they did not look good when the conference opened. But to like be that bad, like they really pulled a better version of the Minnesota Lynx, which is kind of crazy because they won their regular season. I don't know if they're gonna win the Big 12 champ, like the tournament, but congratulations to them. Because I was not a believer. I was in fact not a believer.
Getting proved wrong is always beautiful. And at least when you don't have like no agendas against it. When it's against my team, please, I need you to. But like everybody else, if I say something and you prove me wrong, wonderful, beautiful gowns. So, but yeah, shout out to the Big 12. Um, Shout out to the freshmen that are on the Big 12 list. Like I said, they are going to be giving the NCAA hell for the rest of their 3 years. Um, and I am excited. Like I said, Audie, Samaya, Madison, like it's gonna be crazy. Even though some of them are, like you said, they're moving to the SEC, which again, curse college football. But yeah. Next, I was going to look at. Oh my god, I hate the one this does. The Big Ten. So, Lord God, please tell me this isn't a list. Oh, it's not a list.
Well, no surprises to anyone. Caitlin Clark won Player of the Year.
Yeah, that is Caitlin Clark's conference.
Literally, like no one. Literally, some a nigga could have averaged a triple double per game and she would have never lost. So, it's fine. It's fine. And that's not to say that she didn't deserve the award, but she was never gonna lose it anyway. You scrolling too fast. Go back.
My bad, big dog.
Stop right here. Stop right here. Natalie Potts, I'm not familiar with your work. Nebraska kind of stank. I ain't gonna lie. They did beat Iowa, but they do stink. I'm sorry. Congratulations to her though. Purdue also stank. Sorry to them girls. They were not good. Sorry, but they were not good. Celeste Taylor, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. I think she won ACC Defensive Player of the Year last year. New conference, still Defensive Player of the Year. So congratulations to her. She really fit well into Ohio State's. They was looking a little rocky at first, but she started to fit really well. So, um,
So,
proud of her.
Jay, when Clark leaves, is this Ohio State's conference?
So, but see, I think it depends on what the roster looks like next year. Because what the roster looks like next season, because there's so much turnover. But I think it
Y'all gonna,
can be. I think
y'all
it.
gonna have like
I
5 players.
yeah. I think Iowa is probably cooked food when when Caitlin leaves, and that's no shot at Hannah Stokey or um the rest of the roster. But
Ohio State getting their chain back.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Ohio State, both Ohio State and Iowa are about to lose like damn near their whole starting five. So good luck to both teams. Good luck.
Yeah.
Well, no, because Ohio State does have what was she like, the number 5 in her class? Jelani Cambridge is supposed to show up next year. So y'all could be all right. Y'all will be all right, I think. I mean, I think y'all could be better than Iowa. Um, but you never know. Cause wait, yeah, you don't know. I don't know. They losing a lot of people.
Maybe Maryland will get back right. You never know. I don't know. We'll see. But just
Maryland though, do you know what though? Next year will be their time. I think they will get it together. Actually, they losing half of their starters too. You know what? It'll be up for grabs. Maybe Nebraska surprises.
it'll be up for grabs. But all we know is Ohio or Iowa. You are done, girls. Sorry to tell you, Caitlin Clark is not walking through those doors.
You know what though? Way too early. I think Michigan State will be at the top of the Big Ten next year.
Mm.
They're my choice. They're my choice. Mm-hmm.
Let's look at. Oh my god! Let's move.
Oh, and Sierra Williams, Wisconsin also stinks, but she's a fucking dog, and I hope she transfers. Actually, no, because Wisconsin has a black coach, so I'm gonna let her cook. But she's a fucking dog, and I think her name is Sierra. I hope I said it right. She's a fucking dog, and yeah, congratulations to her, Defensive Player of the Year.
So now let's look at the ACC. So one of Jermaine's favorite players won the ACC Player of the Year. The only people to win in 3 straight seasons is Alana Beard
Lana Beard and
and
Alyssa
Alyssa
Thomas.
Thomas. Crazy.
Oh, that made it worse. Oh, that made it so much worse.
Hidalgo is only the second player in league history to earn Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year outright in the same season.
Joining Elizabeth Williams.
Hannah, they'll never do you like this again, girl. I swear to God, they'll never do you like this again. This is your award. Kitley got your award at our house. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I gotta check out a tweet now because I wasn't gonna cook her for winning the award. Because to me, I feel like they was gonna let her win the award anyway because I mean the girl puts up. She's a walking double. The bitch is 6'7". So I mean, anyway, anyway, I feel like they was gonna let her win the award anyway. So like, it wasn't shocking that she won, but when we look at the head to head,
Oh yeah, that thing you sent him at the head to head was very nasty.
like, bruh,
Hannah and Miss Fair was getting theirs, and Miss Kitley was getting her chain snatched.
like you was getting your chain snatched back because you already averaged like 20 points and 10 rebounds. So in your head to head, for you to have like 10 points and 7 rebounds or something nasty, you should be ashamed. And the ACC voters should be ashamed for letting that cook. Motherfucker talking about it's not a head-to-head award. Well, when the race is that fucking close, you need to look at it. That just made me. I was like,
For people who are watching, I'm about to find this tweet so we can
oh, I
all
was
look
looking
at
for it too because that just. I
it.
said, are y'all for real?
And in the
Yeah,
meantime, we
I
can look
found it.
at
I'm about to send it to you.
so yeah, Player of the Year, Kit Lee, Defensive Player of the Year. Hannah Hidalgo won Defensive Player of the Year not only as a freshman but as a guard. Do you know how hard it is to win Defensive Player of the Year as a guard?
Yeah, when people think defense, voters tend to lean blocks, which favors big. So, for a guard to win Defensive Player of the Year, very impressive. Let alone for her to do it as a freshman. Um,
Grand Theft
I
Doggo.
I
She
want to the Syracuse coach. I don't want to butcher her name, but
Legend Jack, Felicia,
yes, yes, Leggett Jack. They were apparently they were projected to finish ninth in the ACC and ended up second.
My bad, Jay. Go ahead.
No, no, I just wanted to say like that's because I don't know much about what the Syracuse recruiting class looked like, but job well done because for
Job
They
well
for
got
done,
that for
indeed.
that kind of leap, yeah.
they got their freshmen are Alyssa Latham and she's like their most important freshman. Sorry to the other girls if there are other girls. Sorry guys. Um, but like literally for her to string together those wins, they was not supposed to beat them. Like they were literally not supposed to beat them. They were another team, and if you look at them on paper, it's kind of like, all right, y'all maybe could do a little something. But literally that speaks to her coaching and the fact that like how much Deja Fair has literally has like literally put Syracuse on her back. Like
Speaking
I don't think we understand.
speaking of Miss Fair, I pulled up the head to head that we were referring to. So just so everyone who is watching on YouTube has context. So because the ACC was so close, someone pulled up the head to heads with Syracuse, Notre Dame, and Virginia Tech. So Hidalgo stats when she played Syracuse and Virginia Tech, she averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, about 3 turnovers, and 44% from the field. Uh, Deja Fair against Notre Dame and Virginia Tech averaged 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 4 turnovers, and 40% from the field. Miss Kitley averaged 9 points, 9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 3.5 turnovers, and 29.2% from the field.
And so y'all know I'm a hater. Kinley averages on this season 22.8 points, 11.4 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 55% from the field. So that means she fucking stank against their Notre Dame. And two, that means she stank fucking multiple times. She played them what? They played them 4 times? Or
Hey,
maybe 3 or 4? She fucking stank all 4 times.
shooting 30% against your ops is kind of crazy.
Shooting
at
30%
six at
shooting
6'7" at
30% as
that.
a center is crazy. Like I know I'm the field goal percentage doesn't matter guy. But if you a center, if you a center and your field goal percentage start with a 2, something got to be done.
Listen,
And
Something got to
and
be
no,
done.
no,
and
no, no.
and and Kelly, you the biggest motherfucker on the floor because Syracuse ain't got no 6'7" girl. Notre Dame damn sure ain't got no 6'7" girl. Maybe they got is Marshall 6'7"? I don't think she's 6'7". But you the biggest motherfucker on the floor. And we done watched the Notre Dame big get punked plenty of times. So what does that say about you?
Listen, we all went on a big rant on how like shoot percentage wasn't that big of a deal because somebody got to take the shots, somebody got to be willing. And it's kind of funny because like Virginia Tech has that, but it's not her. Like that's what Amore's job is. So it's like I don't, I don't know. Again, field goal percentages are overrated in the grand scheme of things. But when you are the tallest person on the court, honestly, I really don't want your shooting percentages in the threes. Like if your shit not in like the 4 or 5, and you gotta be taking threes at that for me to really be like, okay, it's not that bad. But like 29.2 against your ops is crazy.
And,
Jermaine,
and y'all was like the
that,
number 1 seed. Don't piss me
yeah.
off for real.
And the Natalia Marshall is 6'5", so
All right, we'll give it to her. Well, but she's still the biggest motherfucker on the floor. My point stands.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's go back to the other awards. But again, this is just for context for people who are watching and also listening. So just want to read those off. But yeah, first team is Kit Lee, Fair, Hannah Hidalgo, Georgia Amore, Tanaya Latson, Deja Kelly. Is it Isaiah James?
Mm-hmm.
Sanaya Rivers, Michaela Timpson, and Leatu King. Thank you very much. You've seen it in my face. I'm good. I don't want to butcher nobody's name because I know names are important. So thank you. Is there anyone who are you surprised to see on this list? Honestly, I was surprised to see Deja Kelly on this list just because.
Just saying, but I didn't want to seem like a hater. I was about to look up her stats first before I said something.
Well, you can go ahead and do that, but only because, like, from my understanding, North Carolina wasn't that good anyway. And then also, every time I feel like I see a game, she's not shooting well, and like it's just the stats don't really be in her favor. The eye test don't really be in her favor. And this is not saying she's not good, but ACC first team, I don't know. Would there be somebody who Jamae who you would have replaced her with?
Looking at the second team to the first team, I could potentially see swapping Kiki Jefferson or Olivia Cochran with Deja. Just like eye test, they definitely are also like the carry. Actually, Alyssa Utsby, swap her with her own teammate. Why swap them two? Because she definitely Utsby definitely the one who kind of I feel like actually she did a lot of the heavy lifting. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. Like she did a lot. Looking at Deja's stats, I mean, she had stretches of good games. She went on a 1, 2, 3, 4. She went on a 4-game stretch of 20 points. And then she went on another 3-game stretch of 20 points. But for the most part, I mean, she didn't score more than she didn't have one 30-point game. I don't think she really had any like breakout shooting games. So her recent game against Duke was probably some of her best shooting. That was actually her best shooting. She was 7 for 13. So yeah. I think I would have gave Utsby the nod over her. But I mean, she is, I guess, the face of the team. So I am shocked to see Michaela Timpson up there. Not saying she's not good. She is pretty good. And she's definitely helped Florida State a lot, but interesting choice.
Let's look at the Pac-12. Ooh, zone.
Look at them cute pictures.
Juju
Right
Watkins,
back. Well,
Cameron Brink has your award at her house. I'm so sorry. It's I understand these people are seniors. One last ride off into the sunset is I think Jermaine, you made a point on Twitter how they probably already had it. It when there's like a point where like, okay, this has been the best player in this conference for this long, and they don't won the last two, let's say senior year. I think it's really hard to get people out of a certain mindset of like, okay, well, the freshman about to come in and be the best player in this conference. They're about to take this award. And this is not to say like Kevin Brink did not deserve the award at all. I just personally think like the job Juju did uh, was a little bit more. Um, I personally would have gave it to her, but I think that's just me, or not just me, but just me thing. So yeah, but Cameron Brink did take home Player and Defense of the Year. Sixth Player of the Year went to Tamia Gardner. Freshman of the year went to Juju Watkins. Of course, there was never any hope for anyone else. Um, Most improved player is it Kiki Irvin?
Iriafen.
Iriafen. Okay. Uh,
And hold on, because Tara won Coach of the Year, and she low key need to get that shit back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, Oklahoma State. Um, Oklahoma State might need to. She might need to ship that shit on out. Cause not
so
Oklahoma State, Oregon State. She
so
might
what
need to
you're
get that
telling me
back.
is Stanford has two awards that they create, but they got other people's names on them. Is that what we're saying?
No, because Tara, I might let Cameron Brink slide for letting Juju put 51 on her head, but Tara, this is unacceptable. Especially in the season where you became Miss most winningest coach of all time. Yeah, go get that back. Go get that back.
You said who would you have given that coach award to?
Probably the Oregon State coach. Like, I, they weren't supposed to be good. Um, Let me see where they ended up. Or the UCLA coach. USC. I might even give it to the USC coach. Oregon State
Yeah,
finished fourth. Um, Corey Close could have got the award. I would have gave it to her, especially since like they definitely experienced some hardship with Lauren Betts being out and for a period and them having to kind of refigure that out. I might would have gave it to UCLA. And for them to be second still, I don't know what their preseason ranking was supposed to be, so I don't know how high people expected them to be, but I would have maybe gave it to UCLA. Or maybe even USC. Like I wasn't a big fan of Lindsay's coaching for a while because it was very much giving Juju a bus. But since the other girls decided they wanted to play basketball, they look so much better. I don't know if that was a product of her or what, but I could see the reasoning for her. But I guess they gave it to Stanford because they ended up at the top. But I don't know. Cameron Brink is like, we already knew she was gonna be one of the best people, one of the best players in the league. So I don't I
Yeah.
don't know.
Cameron Brink is very, very, very good at basketball, and the Sparks will appreciate her. Us saying Juju probably should have won is not taking away anything. Cameron Brink is amazing. Um, Watkins 751 points this year, ranks 10th in Pac-12 history and third in USC history, boasting the most points by a Trojan in a single season since 1985-86, when Shara Miller scored 805. The guard has 12 30-point performances this season, including a 51-point outing at then number 4 Stanford to set a new USC single game record. As a freshman. As a freshman.
Yeah, see, they gave that lady that award because she became the winningest coach.
Yeah, it's really just that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what it
looking at.
was.
She's voted 18th time on January 21st. She became the winningest coach in NCAA basketball history. She now has 1,212 career wins as the Cardinal enters the Pac-12 tournament as the number one seed with 17 time in its tournament history. 26-4 this year, 23rd consecutive 20-win season, and 34th across her tenure. This is like a lifetime achievement award.
That's definitely what they used that fucking coaching award as.
Yeah, this is a like get your flowers and you can get them. But all that paragraph looks like to me is this is a lifetime achievement award. Congratulations to you. You done a lot in your tenure. So we're gonna get this to you. But again, it is what it is. Yeah, this is the all Pac-12. So does the Pac-12 not have a first team and a second team? They just do like a one big ass team?
Yes, that's I think
Yeah.
so. I think they do that and then a defensive team.
That is very interesting.
Looking at some of these names, see who don't belong. I'm gonna let them cook. I'm gonna let them cook.
Oh, they do an all freshman team. I feel like all the conferences should do that.
Oh, Jada Williams was good at Arizona. I did forget she was a freshman. She
Their
did pretty
freshman
good.
team is all guards.
What the Bigs gonna do against fucking Reagan Beers
Hey,
and Cameron Brink and Kiki? What they
Miss
gonna do? Lower her
Miss
back? What they gonna do?
Miss
This is
Sellers
this.
Miss
Yeah, it's not fair to them. It's not fair to them.
Miss Sellers trying to take Elisa Peatley chain or best Alaska player ever. I see it. Hold on now. Hold on. She said you're not the only one that can cook from here.
I think Elisa Peely went freshman of the year, so she's a little bit behind. She's gonna have to
Yeah,
step her
she
game.
she behind, but she
She gonna
trying.
have to step her cookies up a little bit, just a little bit.
And then last but not least,
We
it's
saved the best for last. Respectfully, of course, but we saved the best for
Respectfully.
last.
Yeah,
Dawn. There was never in doubt. Angel Reese. There was never in doubt. Freshman of the year, Michaela Williams. Defensive player of the year, Camila Cardoso. Sixth woman of the year, is it Leilani Carrera?
Leilani Correa.
Correa. Said
Yes.
that first name. One of my best friend's sister's name is Leilani, so I was like, all right, that little scholar athlete of the year. What does that mean?
You had a good GPA.
It's based on your GPA. Yeah.
May I ask how good she is at basketball?
She's actually
Like,
pretty good.
okay.
She's a good player. It's just not the award is just not about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Mama
I think it's my
Dembele.
Dembele?
Yeah.
Again, this is why we ask questions. I don't want to disrespect nobody's name. Again, names are very important, especially when you're black. People be misspelling your name and don't be giving a fuck. I'm talking to you, Holly Rowe.
She called that lady Aaliyah Edwards. I'll never let her live that down. Okay, but before we get to all SEC, we can go back a little bit. We just need to go back a little bit. Don Staley, of course, coach of the year, back-to-back undefeated regular seasons. I mean,
they told her it was a rebuilding year.
Nobody else had a chance. Sorry to them girls. Coach Yo, I love you.
Yeah. South Carolina is the standard, like, period. Like, it's like you just you lost your entire starting five. You lost your entire starting five. You brought in, you said, okay, well, we had these players coming off the bench last year. We're gonna be starting them. We're gonna bring in transfers, we're gonna bring in freshmen, and we just not gonna lose.
We just not gonna lose.
If Camilla gotta go represent her country real quick, we still not gonna lose.
And you cooked the best team in the Big East. So nobody talked to me about that conference because it's not looking for good for y'all. It's not looking good for y'all. Anyway, yeah. Player of the year. Honestly, I will say I kind of think it was Angels to lose as well. Like Camilla put up had a great season. And she probably would have definitely been I think the next player to compete for it. But I do think player of the year was definitely Angels to lose. Especially off of I think she had 34 double doubles last season. Like it was definitely hers to lose. So um freshman of the year is the one where I'm side eyeing just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I feel like Michaela didn't do that great in SEC play. And I don't know what her stats are off the top of my head. But I test, she wasn't doing that good.
Who would you
As soon
have?
as the conference started, it was kind of like she started to go downhill. So I'm a little shocked that she won.
Who would you have given it to?
Um, Probably one of the South Carolina players, like Malaysia. Malaysia probably would have been my choice, or even Talia Scott. I and honestly, because Malaysia came off the bench, I would have thought that they probably would have leaned Talia because she definitely is Arkansas's like their engine. Uh, and I know she missed some games because of the injury, but I feel like her and Michaela kind of disappearing in SEC play and Talia missing some games for injury. I don't know. So that's I like it's not to say that she doesn't deserve it. She obviously is a starter. She played a lot of minutes. Like she was there. And she had some good games too, in SEC play, but I was just shocked that was kind of the outcome.
First team, all SEC, Sarah Barker, honestly Scott Grayson, Anissa Morrow, Angel Reese, Marquisha Davis, Madison Scott, Camila Cardoso, and Rakia Jackson. Um, I have two statements regarding the first team. One, I seen Anissa Morrow said that people said she wasn't going to be able to handle SEC play or something like that. Was that a thing? Or is that
I
just
don't
one of
know.
those times where people create fake haters for fuel, which
Well,
I respect very much if it is, because everyone needs everyone needs a hater and everyone needs motivation. And if you have to make up things, I never mind it, but I just don't remember that being a dialogue.
um, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt here because coming from the Big East to going to the SEC, somebody probably said it. Like, yeah, she was dominant. She was a dominant player at DePaul. So, transferring to like, yeah, we're gonna see how she handled that in the SEC. So I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because I wouldn't be surprised if somebody said that.
That kind of cracked me up because like everybody wanted. I mean, at least everybody on my TL wanted her to go to South Carolina. So I don't know. I think it might be a little fake hater thing. I'm gonna let her. I'm gonna let her have it though, because
Listen, yeah, I'm gonna let her have it. Do what you gotta
you,
do. Cook,
I got to do, but
cook.
I okay, girly. I
Everybody,
guess.
everybody TL different. Everybody hear different things. I don't know. It's it is what it is. I just wanted to. I didn't know if I missed a dialogue on Twitter that day.
And
Um,
okay, I just go back a little bit to freshman of the year. Talia Scott missed a month of basketball. And so I feel like that's probably why. Michaela was able to. I feel like that's kind of why Michaela ended up getting the award, because she was obviously a starter, played the most minutes, still being impactful. Because Talia's averaging 22. Like, she came back from injury. In her second game back, she had a 33 piece. So I just think like it had to be because Talia missed a month of basketball. That's what I'm gonna say.
And then the other thing I wanted to say is, I thought what Dawn said about Rakia Jackson was very interesting. She was basically saying that she felt like she was the best prospect in the draft, which, you have highly touted her for a very long time. I think we as a pod have highly touted her for a very long time. And it's also interesting because, like, Dawn was one of the first advocates for Caitlin Clark, at least that I seen. Like, that was one of the first people to really be like, hey, this girl is her. I don't want y'all to forget. And now she has like all this national attention on her, so it is what it is, which is great. But Dawn saying Rakia Jackson is probably the most like WNBA player ready. Like, she's gonna be her in there. That's very big ups to her. Carrying a Tennessee team that was not always as good as it should have been or could have been.
Oh, Charlie. You know what? No, I mean, y'all know I'm a big Rakia Jackson fan. I have to stand Rakia Jackson. She's very good, and to watch her in FIBA this past summer, she willed them. She willed them to a fucking silver medal because everybody else stank. Nobody was prepared but Rakia Jackson, and we need to give her flowers for that. I think she probably didn't win Player of the Year because I'm blaming Kelly Harper. I don't care. It's her fault because Tennessee fucking stank, and it's Kelly Harper's fault. So that's that.
So yeah, it'll be she. I know I sent y'all that text, but Dana Evans, Kennedy Carter, and Rakia Jackson.
Rakia Jackson.
That's gonna
I
be
might
some.
listen. Okay, so year one might be a little rocky, but I would have my eye on that team.
You think I mean I think Chicago get Rakia. You think Teaspoon gonna let her have free reign? I think she will. I think she's gonna be like, go out
Yeah,
there and just
yeah, I think so.
She ain't
I
got no
think so.
reason
okay.
not. She ain't got no reason not to. I
Like
feel like she gonna be like,
the
y'all cook.
yeah, the Sky are going into the season as the I'm trying to ruin your night team. So
We have nothing to lose.
The
so
Sky are going
yeah, I
every
mean if she get going early, I'm sure Teaspoon gonna be like, hey, y'all feed the hot hand.
every
And then
game.
let's find us a wave. Let's find us a wave and let's ride it.
Every game. The Sky going into the other coach is saying, if y'all lose, I promise you I'll make Coach hell. I'll make practice hell tomorrow. If
I
y'all
feel like
bullshit around today,
that's gonna be the Mystics or the spot. I feel like the Chicago gonna be a little bit good, like not good, but like watchable. You
oh
know,
no, no,
like
no.
I
Chicago's definitely gonna be watchable. Absolutely. The only team
If
that
they
to me,
especially if they draft for Kia Jackson, especially that's gonna be a fun team to watch. Like even if they're not good, like that'll be
yeah,
a team that it'll be a team that I would like to see.
the Dana
and I feel like
Evans
they
and
can
Kennedy
run.
Carter show is gonna be something wonderful regardless. But like adding
And
Rakia
and
Jackson to that,
and Diamond DeShille's about to be on her revenge tour.
she wasn't even
That's
in the
Exactly.
top 15 free agents, so she
Exactly.
gotta
Yeah,
be.
she finished show why she should have been top 15.
I need videos after practice of her and Dana and Kennedy Carter or Kia Jackson playing 2-on-2, like 2 hours after practice over, and then I see it in a championship documentary 5 years down the line. Like, this is what we were preparing for. But honestly, I feel like every team in the league is at minimum watchable, except the Mystics, and that is until Shakira comes back.
You
Right
think
now,
you really think the Sparks gonna be watchable?
I don't know.
We gonna watch Brown shoot threes?
Because
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
No,
At
no, no,
least
no, 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 no,
no.
look, no,
At
look, no, look,
least
no. Does the Sparks about to get Cameron Brink and Camila Cardoso? They gonna be watchable.
potentially, yeah. See, here's the thing. Like, and I feel like even the Mystics though, like the Mystics offense is gonna be rocky. But when, especially once they get Shakira back, they'll at least have an identity to build on. And I think that's something. I think that's something LA, for example, doesn't have right now.
Okay, that's true. That's
The
true.
Mystics might be better than them, but I don't. I think I will enjoy watching them play basketball less. But like the Sparks will have top two top four draft picks on their roster next year. I think they're gonna be fun. They might be getting smoked, but you might. They got Zaya, like they got Lexi, like I,
This is the year. This is the Ari McDonald year. I still believe in you, even though you're not on my team no more. I know I went in the last season saying this gonna be the year, and then she got hurt, and it wasn't the year. But this year, it's gonna be the year.
they got De'Erica still. Like I don't know, man.
Oh no!
This is not me saying they're good. I'm just saying they'll be watchable.
I'm
I
I'm
think they'll be watchable.
I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna let y'all have it, and we gonna see.
And I got once this draft is finished, I think we should make a list of like what teams are gonna be watchable and like on a scale. Because like out of 10, how watchable is this team? Because most teams are gonna be like at an 8 through 10 at least. So that'll be interesting. But if the
No,
Sparks
I think
Story.
we gonna have to think about the number line because it need we gotta think about that. But continue.
Yeah.
We can
Moral moral of the story, go get league pass. When the season starts, hit my line. I will pay for your league pass. So just
I'm not paying for your league pass because league pass like $25, and I know your ass got $25. Ain't no way your ass don't have to. If you watching this, I know you got $25. There's no way you don't. So open your purse. Don't be broke because you got it. That's one. That's two less trips eating out. That's it. That's all it is.
and this economy is one because of fucking
yeah,
10 people $25.
That's
So
one.
yeah.
If you was thinking about going to
It's gonna be. It's one day you can't get wings. You will be all right.
That's if you was thinking about going to Five Guys when they run your credit, that's one day you don't go. You gotta take out a small business loan to go to Five Guys. Just say no and go get league pass. It's 25. Kathy got you.
And if you don't, just go to your grandma's house because I know she got cable and you can watch Ion on Friday night for free.
Do both. Steal out your grandma's purse, as a matter of fact.
Don't do that.
Do
Don't
not.
steal from your grandma. Don't steal from your grandma. You can just ask. I'm sure she can slap you a little something.
If you are not black, steal out your grandma's purse. If you ask your grandma where she was at and in the 1950s, she can't give you a direct answer, steal out her purse.
Donovan, please.
If you ask your grandpa what he was doing in 1962 and he can't give you a straight up answer, steal out his purse or whatever he got.
Ask him what he thought about Wilt Chamberlain.
Ask him what he thought about Bill Russell. Ask him what he thought about Muhammad Ali. If he starts stuttering and not because of some medical issues, tap his pockets.
Crying.
But yeah, those are the teams. I think we already looked at some ACC play. Do we have any? So okay, so we were talking in the Discord, and they were interested in doing brackets. So I definitely think we could fill those out.
We didn't look at the second team before you move on.
Oh,
Just
my bad, my bad, my bad,
just
my
so
bad.
you just yeah.
This is
Yeah,
this is
it's the
South
rest of
Carolina.
it's the rest of the South Carolina. Like 4 of their starting 5 made All SEC.
Which is
Oh,
kind of crazy. The
speaking
undefeated
of
team is all on the second team. Suspicious.
speaking
Suspicious.
of Tahina, she's coming back, and I know the girls are pissed. This girl came from Oregon, integrated into the system seamlessly, and now she's coming to give y'all hell again. Sorry. They thought Don was over, and Don said, "Welcome back to the gun show, hoes. This is my SEC, and it will be my SEC until I'm done." They keep telling her reign is over, and she keeps saying when. How? Whose idea was that? Because it was not mine. Don pick up random girls off the street and be like, "Are you ready to play 15 minutes?" And they do their job.
They go out there and win.
They go out there and rock out. What do you say? They rock out.
They
They
go out
do
there
their
and rock
job.
out.
They do their job.
Scroll up really quick to the first team. They didn't put okay.
So the only South Carolina starter that didn't make All SEC is Chloe Kicks.
Yes. Well, no, because Breezy didn't make it either. So they got Ashlyn Watkins on here, which
Oh, actually, okay, yeah, you're right.
Ashlyn Watkins, stand up, SWAT team, where you at? She came off the bench and cooked all of your faves. Yeah, ate the girls up. But what I was gonna say, I got distracted because she ate the girls up. I was gonna say, Vanderbilt. They're I'm shocked they didn't have Jordan Cambridge.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jordan Cambridge didn't make the list. I guess she only asked.
she made all defense, but she didn't make All SEC.
Okay.
Okay, so how are we? I've seen there was a lot of flack for this defensive team. So how are we feeling about this?
Because I mean, I guess they only had 5 players, so maybe it was unanimous or whatever. But Ole Miss, I mean, Kennedy Todd Williams could have got a nod. Flau'jae, I feel like, is the best defender on LSU. So she probably should have got a nod. Ashlyn Watkins could have got a nod. I mean, Breezy Hall should have got a nod. There are a lot of people who could have got a nod on the all defensive team. And honestly, I feel like the SEC is more of a defensive conference anyway. So I feel like if no other conference has like a first team, second team defense, like they're a conference that needs it because most of their players are defensive minded. And so to only have 5, it just kind of was like, well, maybe we'll pick. Like I feel like this kind of is like, okay, who got the most blocks and steals, and we gonna pull them out instead of really looking at defense as a whole.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that the SEC of all conferences is the one with the unanimous all defensive team because I feel like there could have been so many combinations because there's so many great defenders because it's such a great defensive conference. So I mean it's kind of weird to see, but I mean I guess.
Yeah, I think that's all the awards for the conferences that matter. Power 5. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else on the agenda?
Um, wait, I feel like there was.
You were about to say something before we talked about second team.
Me or Jay?
You.
Oh, I'm cooked because I damn sure forgot. And
Uh,
I'm gonna be real sick when I remember when we end this.
WNBA stuff. Aces got new jerseys today. They're kind of cute.
See,
Everybody's
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
like them.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad y'all said this because I saw a lot of people upset by these, and I don't mind it. Like it feels like I know people saying it feels like Mark Davis is saying, look, if this my team, they wearing silver and black. But I like it works for the Aces though, because before they moved to Vegas, they were the San Antonio Silver Stars. So I feel like it can be seen as kind of like a nod to that, like to that colorway, because they wore black and silver. So I don't mind it.
I
Um
I like it because
I actually I like the way the jerseys look. I can get people saying, oh, the design is too minimal or whatever, but I don't mind it.
it looks like modern in the best way that I could describe modern. Like I know modern usually is just like minimalist and boring, but like these shit sleek as fuck. Like we talked about this before. WNBA jerseys are ass. Like these look really fucking good. Like these look like if they were cut a different way, this could have been a rebrand of a new NBA team, and I'd have been like, "These are hard. These are these are look very good." Um, Apparently the Aces said, so the colors represent the silver represents modern, sharp, and elegant. The color of the most iconic trophies in history. Color representing expert craftsmanship. And then black represents the strongest of all the colors associated with power, authority, and protection. So Mark said the black is for the niggas. Um, and and based on that commercial, it looked like it was probably a red jersey in there. So I think they just gonna have like NBA teams be having it where they have they two main jerseys and then probably like a third
Alternate,
alternate
yeah.
color jersey that they'll wear every now and then. And I think that handles everything that they need to handle. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's bad. Like, I love the Aces jerseys I have, but also they look like WNBA jerseys. Like these look like some real shits. Like these look good.
especially compared to like the rebel shit that they like been doing at least last year. Like I'm like it's cute. I like it. I like the I mean I do think like the red would have been cute, and I'm sure they're gonna come out with something red, but in general, I thought they were pretty cute. I do like the kind of minimalist theme, and usually I don't like minimalist jerseys because usually they are ugly. But I think they turned out cute.
Them jerseys are better than this. I will tell you that right now. Them new
And I
jerseys,
mean, I think it's. I mean, they looks. I mean, when they changed the font, I think
this is like it's cool, but it's just something about it is not hitting.
it
And
looked plain. It looked
yeah,
like they just slapped some fucking. They was in Word, Microsoft Word, and was like, here go, slap Las Vegas across the top.
RIP to my girl, but like this, it's like, this is not what it needs to be. But them new shits is hard. I'm sorry to tell you. People gonna have to get over it.
What else happened today? Oh, you didn't talk about we didn't talk about the stat shit. And apparently, I don't know if it's gonna be made available to the fans or whatever. after further investigation. At least not in the early stages. But
Ooh.
I
I don't know.
need it to be because I'm finna get real nerdy. I just like I need all of the possession data, tracking data, any I don't care about like advanced numbers. I'm wondering like so what sets does this team like to run? Like I want to
Let me
know
pull
all of it.
this up. Let me pull this up so people can look at it. Jermaine, what's the first thing you said you're gonna look up when this is available to the public?
I will not be sending it on the podcast.
Okay.
This nigga Donovan trying to set me up.
I just
Yeah,
asked a question.
he my biggest op. He my biggest op.
Wow. Your biggest?
Yeah, he my biggest op. Don't worry, it's cool.
That's
I get it.
crazy.
Second
That's crazy.
spectrum. Yeah, second spectrum.
Man, shout out Mark. He eats weird food combinations and has very terrible food opinions on Twitter, but it's a good man right there.
He know basketball.
That man know he don't know food, but that man know basketball. Let's see. We'll start with all 12 arenas. So like it's this what's the other tweet that I found that shows exactly what everything's
I had to look up the. I don't know. I'm not a stats girly, so I don't be knowing what none of that shit mean. It'd be too many numbers. It'd be too much going on in a stat sheet for me. But it is supposed to be a lot of data, which is good. Which is good.
I can't wait to I need a WNBA to tweet a WNBA player to tweet what Kevin Durant tweeted with him like y'all bringing graphs
Who
to
want
a
to look
hoop
at
who would
who
look
want
at
to look at
graphs in
graphs when we talking
a
about
hoop
who?
combo.
Yeah.
The investment in 3D player pose and ball tracking data will unlock new coaching and front office capabilities for WNBA teams, including player and team analysis, coaching strategy tools, and more robust sports science capabilities. For the first time, WNBA teams will have access to real-time advanced statistics measuring shot quality, shooter impact, paint touches, player type efficiencies, points per chance, contest quality, and other defensive matchup data, as well as metrics quantifying player performance such as maximum speeds and total distance covered. So there has to be some article that says whether or not this is going to be made available to the public.
No, I think somebody tweeted that it's going to be first available only to teams, but they think that they will like once they figure it out that it'll be available to the public, kind of like how it is on the NBA website.
Okay, well, that's good because, yeah, seeing how like diving deep into this is going to be really fun.
Paint touches.
Because imagine looking at the Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston pick and roll numbers. Because like that might be one of the more frequent plays that's getting run.
And then
All I know is that
when it don't get run, we can figure out who the reason why.
who did it? And Aaliyah paint touches better match all four quarters. I don't want to see no dips.
The total distance covered. I need the girls running.
That is so funny.
They be talking about Tyrese Maxey. Every time I watch a Sixers game, they be talking about how Tyrese Maxey run the most miles in the NBA or something like that every game. So it's gonna be interesting to see who they give that to in the WNBA.
Interesting. What else happened today? I think that's it. I still can't believe Wake Forest beat them. I'm looking at their video. This girl is crying. That's how you know it was like they was not prepared. They did not know they was gonna beat them.
Yeah, it can be because that's tough. That is tough.
I mean, no, you know what? I can't even. I'm not even gonna say nothing else about it because you're right. They a team that will wake up and ruin your day, and I
Shout
don't
out
have
to
time
the
for it.
Demon Deacons,
Mm-mm.
Winston-Salem.
Oh, that reminded me the favorites to win each of the Power Five conferences. So
Oh,
right. So Notre Dame is the favorite to win the ACC. Um, Texas for the Big 12, Iowa for the Big 10, Stanford for the Pac-12, and South Carolina for the ACC. I need I
That
need my
sound right to
Buckeyes
me.
to lock in. I need my Buckeyes to lock in
The thing
because
is,
they want I know I want them to somehow disrupt the Caitlin Clark farewell tour.
the thing
I need
is,
them to win the Big Ten.
I think the NCAA would rather die than let that girl lose the tournament in her senior season. I
oh, Holman.
I think they rather die.
No, but you know what though? Okay, South Carolina, I think is for sure a win. I honestly, Ohio only lost the other day against Iowa because Cody won't locked in. I ain't gonna say just Cody, but like nobody was really locked in except JC. Like, if she put up a 20 piece by herself, if somebody else had like stepped up, they would have beat Iowa pretty easily. And Iowa was hooping.
They
Everybody on
were.
Iowa was locked in. Everybody was locked in. But I feel like if anybody else had stepped up, like they probably could have won. And so they really gotta pretty much I feel like any of the teams, like if they could just fucking focus, like come ready to play. Like I don't know what be going on with them, but just come in ready to play and like I mean, hell, Indiana beat them, and Indiana literally 2 days before lost to Illinois, which was embarrassing. So I just want everybody to know Illinois stank this year. So Indiana letting them beat them was embarrassing. Um, and they turned around and beat Iowa. So it's like if they gonna lock in, I think that I think Ohio State. I would give Ohio State the best chance to upset.
Ohio State can. Just think the NCAA gonna be at their door, or they gonna be at their locker room. Secret Service men in arms. Like y'all better not fucking dare win this game. So
Uh,
we'll see. But yeah, that
who was the
should be good.
Pac-12 winner? Stanford.
Stanford, yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in Stanford.
I feel like
Um,
that one will be the closest one because like UCLA got a chance, the USC got a chance, Stanford got a chance.
I don't know what the bracket looked like, but
The Utah Peele's got a chance. Like
if I had to pick a team, I would probably pick UCLA. UCLA or USC because USC too is like their whole team is starting to click, and so I think this is their right moment. So if
I
I had to, I would pick one of them two.
I also wouldn't mind picking USC and mainly because like the fact that they rely mainly on Juju isn't like a good thing per se, but you only just have to win a couple games. Like if she go on a heater for a couple games, like mm, if this was a seven
Feel
game
like
series,
I
it'd
just
be
feel like
entirely different. But
see, and of course you want to say like it's kind of tough to depend on that, but that's how March Madness is. Like you ain't gotta say, well, it's not sustainable. It don't have to be sustainable. I gotta do it one time.
It
Bro,
gotta
it
work.
just shit don't
Hey,
have. And this is
hey, yo.
not a 7 game. This is not a 5 game series. It's not a 7 game series or nothing. I just have to beat your ass one time. I just have to put on my cape one time. Wait for us to put that cape on one time. Virginia's sick.
Sick as hell. I'm sick as hell for them. They literally just beat Virginia Tech and then they could go home and lose to Wake Forest. That is crazy. I would be crying my ass out. Like this is crazy. And
Imagine,
no, it is. I feel like I'm being very disrespectful to Wake Forest. I'm so sorry to them girls. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you. But god damn, UVA. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
being a senior and that losing to Wake Forest your senior season in the ACC tournament, that shit gotta feel like a shotgun blast to the chest.
It's gotta feel like you remember. I can't remember what year that was in the men's tournament when like I think it was Virginia that was the number one seed and they lost to like the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, or something like that. It was a 16 seed. It was just like imagine.
That shit gotta feel like when Duke lost to CJ McCollum and niggas from outside his crib. Like,
That's just too crazy to me. ACC picked Notre Dame. I'm gonna root for that fighting Hannah Doggos because that's my girl. I do believe in them, but I'm gonna root for Syracuse. I think I'm gonna make Syracuse my pick. Um, I think they can lock in for a couple games.
hey, no, Hannah versus Deja, and like winner takes all. It's gonna feed some families.
I'm gonna pick, yeah. And then what was the last one? We did
The
Pac-12,
um
Big
the
12.
Pac-12. Oh, the Big 12. Yeah, it was Texas.
Texas was my pick at the beginning of the year. And I just said that I need to respect Oklahoma, but I just can't. So I think I think I'm gonna pick Texas. Sorry to them girls. Sorry. I think I'm gonna go with Texas. Um, if anybody's gonna upset though, I think it'll be Iowa State. They're my sleeper team. Well, nope.
When
I'm
when
gonna pick
I was like
Kansas State.
when
I'm
Jamaica,
picking Kansas State.
okay, Kansas
Kansas
State,
State and Iowa State.
Ioka Lee,
And Serena
when
Sundell, they're feeding families. They're feeding
yeah,
families. So
yeah,
Kansas State is my
when
team.
Jamae when Jamae end up being right, we gotta clip this and put the score.
I am fine with that.
Yeah, all right. Those are my picks. Yeah, I don't think I have nothing else though.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
Well, that has been another episode of Pull Up 3. Um, Again, we appreciate y'all for listening. Subscribe, share, watch women's basketball, make someone else watch women's basketball, or convince them. No, I say make. Whether it's just by convincing, put a gun to their head. I don't know. Just do what you gotta do. This is a very good sport. Um, yeah. Watch us on YouTube. Sometimes we'll put things on the screen if you would like to see them. If you were watching this on the podcast, uh, do what you gotta do. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll do something with brackets, so everybody can post their brackets for the tournament whenever those come out. We're still doing fantasy whenever that comes out. So if you're interested in playing fantasy, let us know. What else are we doing? Oh yeah, I was still gonna put out that list of the why you should be a fan of. So whenever we'll fill that out, I'll have people because I have to convince people on or people are asking me who they should be a fan of this year, and I need to give people good reasons why they should be a fan of each team so that they can decide for themselves. Because I'm gonna fuck around and tell you to be an Aces fan, but We can't have them all. So, I'm Paragon Don.
Man,
And I will pay for your league pass.
They got $25. Jay Trent, you don't have to do that. But we will see you next time.
I'm Jake Trent.